Hi, NIRSA colleagues. Next up, we have our Humans of NIRSA installment, and this time we are featuring Austin Anderson. So we'll start by having him introduce himself.
My name is Dr. Austin Anderson. I'm an assistant professor in sport management in the kinesiology and sport department at the University of Southern Indiana. I've been at USI, this is the beginning of my 5th year, so since August of 2012. I came to USI from my graduate work at Indiana University, where I got my PhD in leisure behavior, and my research focused on recreational sport, campus recreation, and club sports in particular, and the environment surrounding club sports when it came to openly gay and lesbian participants.
So Austin, for your first question, if you could describe an educational session that inspired you to do some of the really good work that you've been doing.
First and foremost, I'm a big fan of most all of the sessions that I go to. I'm kind of a nerd that way. And so I really like to go to the educational sessions at conference and ask questions and see what people are working on. But one that really inspired me or influenced me or in many ways validated what I was already doing that I particularly remember was from the 2013 conference in Vegas. And there was a session that Pat Griffin and Wendy Machelis put on that was about making club sports and intramural sports spaces safe for LGBT students. And my research is in campus recreation and heterosexism within campus recreation and how LGBT students are integrated or participants are integrated into those spaces. And so I was and am a big fan of Pat Griffin, and through my dissertation work had been reading a lot of her work. And so I was really excited to go to that session and meet her and interact with her and ask her questions about all the work that she had done during her career, mostly within intercollegiate athletics, and how that might apply to us in campus rec. So that was a really inspiring session for me and really validated some of the work that I was already doing and that I would continue to do. So that's one session that sticks out in my mind.
So next question for Austin is, would you mind sharing some of the different experiences that you've had with mentors throughout your career?
I want to say that I've been really lucky with the people I have met in my involvement in recreational sport and campus recreation, and throughout my education and with my involvement in NIRSA. So I've had a lot of great mentors who have impacted me in one way or the other. Many of them probably don't even know the ways that they've impacted me, but starting with my graduate work at Indiana University, I had some great people there that first introduced me to this idea of recreational sport as an academic area. So Doctors Craig Ross, Sarah Young, Bill Ramos have all played huge roles in how I think about campus recreation, how I think about recreational sport, and how I have grown to investigate it and become a part of the educational process as it relates to campus recreation. With my involvement in NIRSA, I've also been extremely lucky to meet some really great people, especially at the beginning of my ventures into NIRSA, where coming from kind of a non-traditional, I would say, membership role within NIRSA, where most of the membership is has a professional role within recreational sport. I'm an academic, so I don't really have a professional role within campus recreation per se, outside of the education aspect. So the people that I met at NIRSA and through NIRSA, the organization, have all been wonderful and welcome and really inspired and helped grow my passion and involvement in campus recreation. So from current NIRSA president, Dr. Stacey Hall, who I first met at IU and have continued to collaborate with in different ways. The professional staff at Indiana University, Chris Geary, Kathy Bayless, who were very supportive of my research when they didn't necessarily have to be, or other institutions might have balked at the type of research I was doing. They had no hesitation in allowing a graduate student that wasn't one of their employees they didn't really know to start doing that type of research. everybody I've met at NIRSA headquarters and interacted with through my roles on the Policy and Legislation Committee and the Research and Assessment Committee have been inspiring and supportive and welcoming in great ways. Lori Braden, Wendy Mach-Ellis from LSU and Cal State Fullerton, respectively, I have worked with closely in our shared passion for inclusion within campus rec, and have been welcomed and supported in great ways from those colleagues across the country. So all of those people have inspired me, have fostered my passion for and within campus recreation. And really, as someone coming from the academic side, that oftentimes in practitioner-based professional organizations aren't as welcomed as freely, I've felt extremely lucky and grateful for those people's inspiration. Many more that I haven't mentioned and don't have time to mention without just reading a long list of names. But I'm hopeful that the inspiration that they've provided me, the support that they provided me, I'm able to pass on to my students and professionals who go into the field from USI and beyond.
So Austin, thank you for sharing such insightful comments about experiences that you've had, and such nice comments about a variety of colleagues that have helped you along the way so far. So for our last question is a little bit more fun. So if you could share a hidden talent that you have.
I was a swimmer in college at the University of Notre Dame, go Irish. And so I love to be involved in and am heavily involved in aquatic-based recreation. But I grew up in Indiana, in Indianapolis to be specific, and there wasn't a lot of options for aquatic recreation beyond sort of traditional swimming. So I didn't really do anything else but swim laps and race that way within aquatics until I got to college. And I, for one semester, 1 year maybe, I played at Notre Dame. I played on the recreational sport water polo club. And so it was the first time I had really played water polo. We played a couple of times in high school just as fun for the swim team. But I really liked playing water polo. I thought it was an amazing way to integrate my swimming abilities with something a little more fun rather than swimming back and forth in laps all the time. I didn't participate beyond that because I was a varsity swimmer, and so I was focusing on that. But by the time I hit graduate school at IU, as part of the IU swim club, where we played water polo a little more regularly. But I think I have a bit of a hidden talent for water polo, and maybe I missed my calling a little bit when it comes to athletic engagement. And so I'd like to be more involved even at my advanced age, right? I'd like to be more involved in those types of activities. And I think it's important to create new programs within existing programs or new opportunities for people to engage in, because you never know what's going to spark somebody's passion.
So Austin, I never would have picked that you would have had another aquatics related talent, but it is a pretty unique one because I never knew you played water polo. So thanks for participating, and thanks everybody for tuning in. If you'd like to participate in a future Humans of NIRSA, please just let me know. Thanks.